If you're a skinny guy and you're trying to bulk, this video is exactly for you. This is what I used to look like throughout all of my teenage years. I know, disgusting. And this is after I start implementing what I'm about to teach you in this video. When it comes to skinny guys, most of them, they follow a traditional bro split, which is not optimal for people who are natural and who are especially skinny and they're trying to maximize their muscle mass. I'm gonna tell you what the issue is with bro splits, because as you can see in my old picture, when I used to look like this, I used to train bro splits all the time because that's all we knew. We used to read these magazines like Muscle and Fitness, and that's all we knew. Like I said, like let's say Monday you go and hit chest and bicep, for example. Tuesday you do back and triceps. Wednesday you do legs, or let's say Monday chest and biceps, Tuesday you rest, Wednesday back and triceps, and Friday, I don't know, shoulders, legs, abs, stuff like that, all over the place. The thing is, I'm not saying that it doesn't work, like bro splits work. A lot of my friends were making progress, but I wasn't. And it's quite funny actually, because in this video, this is part 1 now, where I'm going to talk about the training side, and in part 2 I'm going to talk about the nutrition side. So the issue with bro splits is, especially if you're skinny, once you train a muscle group, let's say on Monday, let's say you hit your chest on Monday, your muscle protein synthesis is only elevated 24 to 48 hours. What that basically means is, let's say you train chest on Monday and your chest is only growing until Wednesday. After that, your muscle protein synthesis starts going down. So that means the muscle stops growing, and that means you need to hit it again. If you're on gear, for example, if you're taking roids, what happens is your muscle protein synthesis can be elevated throughout the whole week. So let's say you hit chest on Monday, your chest would be growing until the next Monday, until you hit it again. So that makes a huge difference. Also, what I see a lot of skinny guys, what they do is when they go to the gym, they focus a lot on isolation movements. I'll see them doing preacher curls, tricep push downs. These are great exercises, don't get me wrong, but these are just the icing on the cake. The cake itself must be your compound movements. When I showed you this picture here, this was when I was at my heaviest and when I used to do powerlifting. I was 91, 92 kilos, 181 centimeters tall, which is like 5'11". My bench was 115, deadlift was 185, squat was, I was doing 120 for 5, which I would say 1 rep max will be like 140, something like that. So 3 plates. Obviously it's not a lot, but I was 19. So for me, I've always been skinny. It was decent. And that's when I actually saw the most growth, when I was doing full body workouts, powerlifting style, which powerlifting training is basically full body workouts anyway. And big emphasis on the compound movements. I'll do squats like 3 times a week. It was absolutely brutal, and I'll go really heavy. And that's when I saw the most growth. Because what happens is, when you lift heavy and you get stronger, that tells your central nervous system that he's lifting heavy, we need to accumulate more muscle fibers to work. Basically, if you're skinny and you're trying to put on weight and mass, in terms of like the training, the main emphasis should be you getting stronger, not just getting a nice pump. That's all great, but you need to be getting stronger. I'm not talking about just lifting heavy, but there needs to be progressive overload. Let's say my bench right now is 100 kg for 5 reps, okay? Next week when I go there, I'm gonna put 102.5 and I'm gonna aim to do 5 reps. Or I'm gonna use 100 kg again and I'm gonna push to do 6 reps. Do you understand? There's no reason for your body to grow unless there's more stress that your body needs to adapt to. Like I gave you the example with the bench. Let's say you've hit the bench, you've hit the number, and that's it. You're not increasing from there. There's no reason for your body to grow. There's no more stimulus. Once there's more stress accumulated on your body needs to adapt by growing muscle. So like I said, it's very important that you focus on you getting stronger. These are the main things. Like I said, big compound movements done with proper form, and use both rep ranges, so low reps and high reps. What I prefer is inspired by Alex Leonidas from Alpha Destiny. I used to run his Naturally Enhanced program. I'm gonna hop on it again once I recover, because I had a surgery. I don't know if you guys can see, and I was immobilized for a while. So right now it's just baby steps. I can't even do a push-up. So slowly we'll get there. When it comes to rep ranges, I would always advocate you guys to do both. So do your low reps and do your high reps as well. The debate has been going on for years. Which one is better for hypertrophy? Low reps or high reps? Why not do both? Why not do both? Which one is better? Compound exercises or isolation exercises? Just do both. Just do both. Simple. It's really simple, guys. No need to overcomplicate things. So let's say you do full body 2 or 3 times a week. You focus on your compound movements. You start with the large muscle groups first, which is legs, back, chest, and then you move on to shoulders, arms. And keep in mind also, when you do the compound movements for your shoulders, chest, the triceps gonna be involved, especially when you're pressing, because you do horizontal pressing and vertical pressing. That's when your shoulders and triceps and chest even are involved. Even when you do vertical pressing, there's still quite a lot of activation in the upper chest. And also when you do your pulling, so vertical pulling, horizontal pulling, you're gonna get a lot of stimulus in the back and in the biceps. Like in any pulling movement, you're gonna get stimulation in the biceps and your brachioradialis. And then you're gonna finish the session with your accessory movements, and you're gonna see how fast you're progressing. I don't know why skinny guys are trying to overcomplicate things. It's really not that hard once you understand those things that I'm talking about. I'm gonna keep preaching those things to you guys because I genuinely want to help you, but also I want you to realize that it's simple. I didn't say it's easy. I said it's simple, not easy. There's a difference. Once you start implementing those things, you're gonna actually realize how quick your body is changing and what you're actually capable of, no matter how old you are. Also, when you do these compound movements, there's gonna be a lot of growth response in your body, so testosterone, human growth hormone, and you're gonna see how you're gonna feel. If you go hard on these full body workouts, especially if you're not used to training full body, if you're only used to split training and you hop on a full body workout and your first couple of sessions are you do heavy squats, you do heavy rows, you do heavy bench, heavy overhead press, they're gonna feel like absolute hell. I promise you. The first couple of weeks they feel like absolute hell, but after that you're actually gonna realize that it's not that bad, and then you're gonna see how your body's changing. So there's a lot of things that we can do and we can talk about, and I'm really passionate about helping you guys. That's why I make these videos. If you got any questions, comment down below. There's a link in my description that you can book a free 1-hour consultation with me, so we can discuss your goals and you can apply for coaching this way as well. Hope you find that helpful, and thank you so much for watching, guys. I really appreciate it. Peace.